شرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد.
My passion is for scientific truth. I don't much care about what's good and evil, actually. I care about what's true. I mean, do you actually believe in your Muslim faith? Do you believe that Muhammad split the moon in two? Do you believe that Muhammad flew to heaven on a winged horse, for example? I pay you the compliment of assuming that you don't.
No, I do. I believe in miracles.
You believe that?
Yes.
You believe that Muhammad went to heaven on a winged horse?
Yes, I believe in God. I believe in miracles. I believe in revelation. But do you understand, it does make me chuckle that you mock me for believing in a prophet that flies into a heaven, but you believe in lots and lots of universes that you can't show me, prove to me, test to me in a lab, as a basis of getting out of believing in a God and a prophet.
Where are all the rebels? The artists who challenge you and maybe even offend you? The drugs, the sex, the alcohol, and all those other things that, in certain cases and in moderation, actually make life kind of worth living. If all of that's in hell, maybe we're all aiming to go to the wrong place. You know, the party is down in the basement. Part of the reason we all appreciate life is because we all go through some tough times. Sure, we take it for granted at times, but, you know, if you've ever had a runny nose, you know how good it feels when your nose is cleared up again. If you've ever survived an accident, you know how good it felt to be healthy and healed. In heaven, there's no illness or pain or injury. It's just all good all the time.
Hadith describes, as Sheikh had mentioned just before me, the Hadith describes how in it there will be that which no eyes have ever seen, no ears have ever heard, and nobody has ever thought about. It hasn't crossed the heart or the mind of anyone. فِيهَا مَا لَا عَيْنٌ رَأَتْ وَلَا أُذُنٌ سَمِعَتْ وَلَا خَطَرَ عَلَى قَلْبِ بَشَرٍ. It's a beautiful, powerful statement which is repeated all the time. And another thing, the Quran speaks about how everyone will have whatever they desire for. Think about what you're desiring for now. If you had it, how your life would have changed. I think a lot of us have a big pound sign in our heads. But the Jannah, you cannot use pounds or dollars, not at all. You have to make a payment here and now, work now, and you achieve your salary when the time is up.
Who could have mentioned in the Quran 1400 years ago that the light of the moon is not its own light but reflected light, which we have come to know recently? The atheist may say, your Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, maybe he was an intelligent man. Don't argue with him. Continue. The world that we live on, what's the shape of this earth on which we live? The atheist will tell you, it is spherical. When did we come to know? So he will tell us, it was 1597 when Sir Francis Drake, when he sailed around the earth, that he proved that the earth was spherical. But the Quran says 1400 years ago, in Surah Naziyat, chapter number 79, verse number 30, Wal arda ba'da zalika dahaha. And thereafter, we have made the earth egg-shaped. The Arabic word dahaha, one of its meaning is the earth is an expanse. The other meaning is derived from the Arabic word duya, which means an egg. And it doesn't refer to a normal egg. It refers to the egg of an ostrich. And we know the world is not completely round like a ball, but it is geospherical in shape. It is starting from the pole. And if you analyze the shape of the egg of an ostrich, that too is geospherical in shape. Who could have mentioned 1400 years ago that the shape of the earth is geospherical? You can go on talking about the scientific points. There are more than 1,000 verses in the Quran which speak about science. After every scientific fact, you ask the question, who could have mentioned that in the Quran? The only reply the atheist can give you is the creator, the cherisher, the manufacturer, the inventor, the producer. This creator, this manufacturer, this producer, this inventor, we Muslims call him as Allah.
I never said that. I said it makes sense in physics because you need the mathematics to correspond to physical reality. I don't disagree with that. I am saying...
So you need the mathematics to correspond to physical reality. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, of course you do. According to
physical
physics.
Reality can allow for infinity.
According to what, I learned a lot from your book, actually. It was quite interesting. You said, even in your book, I think it was page 81, you said that essentially, you know, there's the maths, and I need to improve my physics to ensure it's in line with the math. And interestingly...
No, I need to improve my math to ensure it's in line with reality.
Okay, good. So
Okay?
what
With
is
the evidence of experiment.
Yes, good.
So if my math doesn't agree with the evidence of experiment, then I change my math.
And that's why I think, and I don't want to build a straw man, you made a conclusion in your book. You said, this is why you can't have an infinite anything.
No.
You said that in
You
your
show
book.
me where I can't have an infinite anything.
Yeah,
Did I talk about
give me the
infinite
book.
energy density?
Let
Did
me
I talk
find.
about whether the universe might be infinite?
Let me find it for you.
And by the way, if I did, I was wrong.
See, this is the thing, right? Because we're born in the West, in Britain.
Yeah.
Religion gets attacked all the time. You have Richard Dawkins. You've heard of Richard Dawkins, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I call him Richard Dawkins, yeah? He's a bit of a crazy guy trying to, like, attack religions and
Yeah.
blame everything on religions and stuff, and there's no proof for God.
Yeah.
Let me address two things here. First and foremost, we are brought up thinking that everything that we must verify has to be touch and feel.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. If God could be touched and felt and seen, would that be God?
No, what you mean.
Would that be
It
God?
wouldn't really be a test of belief, would it? Because you would know for a
It's
fact
not even
he's
just a
there.
belief, because God actually says there's good reasons to believe in Him. For example, look, do you believe you had a great, 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 great grandma?
No.
Do you believe you
I
had
mean, yeah, but I mean, there's obviously, I know that because obviously
Why?
I'm here now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but that's exactly the point. Have you ever seen your great, 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 great grandma? You don't have access to her DNA,
I know
her grave.
scientifically, I would have to have one to be here.
How,
though,
how,
do you know
how,
what
well, I don't know. See, that's the point. Using the terminology here. Scientifically, you have no clue. You have no clue. Scientifically, you're just dumb on this position. Or we're dumb on this position, because what does science say? Science say we can only verify the physical world on things that we can touch and feel. This is a non-verifiable thing.
Yeah.
The only way you know you got a great, 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 great grandma is because you're here. You've made a logical, rational decision. Not based on the physical world, based on necessity. If it's necessary your great, 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 great grandmother existed in order for you to be here. You can't see her, but if someone said she never existed, you say, get lost, man, you're crazy. Do you see my point?
Yeah.
So the point is, we don't need physical evidence all the time to come to conclusions. Exactly the same thing with God. As you said, cause and effect, creator and created. Let's put it this way. Everything in the universe, dude, that begins to exist, okay, if I just popped like this, here I am, I just popped into existence, has a cause. You know it must have came from somewhere. Everything that begins, that starts to exist, always has a cause. Number two, the universe, without a shadow of a doubt now, began to exist. Based on philosophy, mathematics, Big Bang. You know about the Big Bang, yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah.
And it's not that thing after too many curries, right? Yeah, the Big Bang, okay? So from all this, we know the universe began to exist. So what logically follows? Therefore, the universe has a cause. So we just say, right, without a doubt, we know the universe has a cause. What is the nature of this cause? Well, if you create the universe, it can't be part of the universe. Because if it's part of the universe, then that would mean the universe existed and didn't exist at the same time.
Madness.
Does that make sense?
No.
That's just crazy.
Madness.
Can Abu Bakr exist and not exist at the same time?
Don't make no
Although we
sense.
may want him not to exist, because he talks a lot, yeah? Yeah, I'm kidding. So there's that. It must be one, because they're knocking on the door. We don't assume there's Manchester United football team behind the door, right? We say it's one person, isn't it, yeah? It's the most logical explanation. We know it must be all-powerful. He didn't create a grain of sand, he created the whole universe, right?
Yeah.
And we know it must be uncreated. Because some people say, well, who created God? It must be uncreated. Why?
Don't know why.
But let me give you an example. Say I want to shoot you, yeah?
Yeah.
Good style like this, yeah? Boom. Yeah? Hackney style. But before I could shoot, I have to ask Abu Bakr for permission. Abu Bakr, can I shoot the geezer? He says, wait, I need to ask someone behind me to shoot. And that guy has to ask permission too. If that goes on forever, could I shoot you?
No.
Impossible.
Exactly the same thing with the universe. The question of saying who created God is equivalent of saying there is no creation. Because you need a final point. Because if it went on forever, we would never have creation in the first place.
يا قوم إنما هذه الحياة الدنيا متاع يا قوم إنما هذه الحياة الدنيا متاع وإن الآخرة هي دار القرار من عمل سيئة فلا يجزى إلا مثلها ومن عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فأولئك يدخلون الجنة يرزقون فيها بغير حساب.